Alright guys, welcome. Uriel came here once again with another interval training video. We are again at the local track. It's boiling outside, and today we're talking about high intensity interval training. Well, how is that different from interval training? Well, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just another word, HIIT, or high intensity interval training, or interval training. It's all the same stuff, kids. But what I want to do in this video is embarrass myself a little bit. I want to give you an example, okay, of what I mean by intense training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally sprint 100 meters and come back. And what that's going to do is, by the time I come back, I won't be able to speak to you like this. And I'm going to tell you why that's important in a second. So I've done my warm-up, right? You've done your warm-up, right? With 5-10 minutes light jogging, followed by some dynamic movements. Not before that, right? You'll never do a sprint before you do a good dynamic warm-up. But once you've done your dynamic warm-up, your muscles are ready to go, then you can do something like this, okay? So let's assume that I've been doing some intervals around the track. I've just come around the corner, and now I'm ready to hit 100 meters straight away. So what I've done, my intervals, as an example for today, 200 meter recovery, 100 meter sprint. 200 meter recovery, 100 meter sprints, okay? So I'm coming around the bends. You're gonna lose me for a second, but you can still hear me. I'm coming around the bends. My nice easy recovery pace, and then we hit it. Oh yeah, we're going, baby. Okay, so that's just 100 meters. Then I would do the tour of the track, 200 meters to recover, and then my next interval would begin. So 100 meters, I'm at about 90% here. And there we go. All right, so how's my form? All right, okay. So, see what's happening right here? See this? It's very important. This is why interval training is very important. Whether you are an athlete, somebody looking to lose weight, just a general improvement in health, this out of breath feeling is very important to expose your body to. Now I was on the train the other day, and I was overhearing a group of 4 people talking about walking and exercise. And they talk about how they exercise by walking on a daily basis. And I'm thinking, well, that's good. But walking, it forms the base of the pyramid, right? Like walking, I don't consider it exercise. I consider it a necessity of everyday life. You just have to walk. It's like breathing, okay? If you consider walking your exercise, you better be walking and be out of breath like this. Because if you're not getting a sustainable or any kind of effective training effect from your walking, okay? So with interval training, and again, as you get fitter, this recovery will be quicker. So now you notice how I'm not out of breath anymore. That's because I have a decent base of aerobic conditioning. So as you get fitter, you're able to recover quicker. Now what I wanted to demonstrate with this, other than looking like an absolute fool, I'm not even sure what my running form looked like, but essentially is you want to be out of breath when you are doing intervals, okay? Because when you train, that is when you want to take your body to kind of its above threshold zone. So if you're running a race, right, you're obviously not going to be running at this speed the whole time. Right? You might have bouts where you might accelerate past somebody, but you need to be able to take your body to those levels in training before you can get there in competition. Same with sports. My background is in soccer, but the same thing applies to basketball, hockey, you name it. Any sport requires interval training because there are changes of pace all the time. In soccer, for instance, a change of pace every 5 to 6 seconds. Every 5 to 6 seconds, there's a change of pace in soccer. So what that means is that if you're a soccer player and you do not train your body like that, then you're going to be a fish out of water. It's like if you take a marathon runner and you throw them in a soccer field or on a basketball court they're going to have a very tough time, no matter even if they have that great base aerobic conditioning. You get them to start sprinting, stopping, that's a very, very different energy demand. Now, okay, so who cares about training like an athlete? Well, here's the thing. Interval training is great because it's very inefficient. It's efficient from a time perspective, which means you don't have to spend as much time training to get a very, very great training effect, but it's actually very inefficient from a fuel utilization standpoint. I'm going to give you the example of driving a car. If you drive your car in the city, typically your gas mileage is much lower, right? If you drive it on the highway, it's obviously much better. Why does this happen? Well, if you're in the city, you're constantly accelerating and braking, accelerating and braking. Sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? Start, go, sprint, jog. You're essentially interval training when you're driving in the city. And when you're on the highway, you're just going for a nice, you have it on cruise control, you're going for a nice steady state jog, okay? So that's fine and all, but what we want to do is we want to do more city driving, not really with the car, but with interval training, because what that's going to do from a fuel utilization standpoint is it's going to burn more fat, right? Because we're not as efficient at using fuel, okay? We're burning more fuel, if you will, so we're burning more calories. And what that does, it actually trains our body to use fuel better over time. Okay, so initially it's very inefficient and it becomes less and less inefficient as we continue to do interval training. And that is the power. When you're looking to lose belly fat, thigh fat, arm fat, whatever kind of fat, interval training is the way to go because it helps you burn more fuel. If you're looking to improve your performance, again, I just talked about it, sports, changes of pace every couple seconds, you need your body to be able to adapt to that. And if you're just looking to generally improve your overall fitness, your aerobic conditioning, your anaerobic conditioning, you need to be out of breath like I just was, because that's the way we take our heart and our cardiovascular system to a new level. And if we're just walking around 30 minutes a day, talking at the talk test pace like I am right here, there's no training effect. Okay, guys? So really important to understand, and that's really one of the biggest reasons why I love interval training, is that it gets you at your maximum speed or maximum or closer to your maximum percentage of your max heart rates for a longer period of time, right? You can't sprint for 20 minutes straight, but you can sprint on and off for 20 minutes using intervals. So that's the power of it. So there we go. If you got more questions regarding interval training, interval running, you know where to go, mytreadmilltrainer.com for the world's best interval running workouts. Again, you've got me on your headphones telling you when to speed up and slow down, and all my coaching and motivation to go along with it. What else could you want, right? Thanks for watching. I'm Dale Kame, and I'll see you in the next video.